Today, we're going to take a look at how to two-shot the most annoying district in the clan capital. One thing I've noticed during every raid weekend is no one wants to hit Dragon Cliffs. And let's be honest, with all those super dragons flying around, it's a pain in the neck. But today I'm gonna give you some sample armies to two-shot the Dragon Cliffs, no problem. And we're gonna start with this base right here because we got all of the dragons in there. And honestly, this is the most upgraded one that I've been able to two-shot, and it worked out really nicely. So in our first attack, we're gonna come in with some sneaky archers. We're gonna use some battle rams to open this up. And our goal is just to try to get 2 of these dragons out and also get to this blast bow and then create a little bit of pathing for our second attack. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to use those battle rams right in there. Also, battle rams will tank a little bit. We do have this little spear thrower over here, so that's something to keep in mind. But this one should go pretty well to plan. We bring 2 rages with the sneakies so we can run up through the middle of this base, raged up, so we can have those sneakies just destroying. I'm going to throw in this barbarian just to finish off the spear thrower. I just really want that out of the way. I don't want that really like being a nuisance for later. And if you take a look, like there's nothing over here on this right side, so we don't have to worry about that. So we can really start focusing and getting in here. Now, the pathing is a little bit interesting here initially because those dragons are a little bit further back, so our archers do some weird things. But it ends up working out eventually. We bring 20 archers, so we got plenty of archers in there. Also, there are a few times in here, like right now, where I'm a little impatient. I thought the archers were gone. They weren't, and we pay the price for that. All the archers get blown up by the dragons, and it's a little bit of an issue there. But we're good. Now we got access to the dragons. We can use our archers to work in here and clear everything out. I'm going to use that ram right in there just to try to open up so we can get pathing to that blast bow while it's raged up as well. We're going to try to get to the second dragon and really just try to get as much of this out. Even getting the district hall down is pretty huge because that district hall is just kind of in our way. So we want to try to get that down and out of our way. Blast bow will eventually go down. That dragon's going to go down. I'm going to throw that second rage right up here because it's also going to help out our second attack. It's, you know, not going to get us the most right here. It's just going to get like that district hall, but it's going to help out for that second attack. So that's really important to get that down there. But really, you just got to look and see what the bases are giving you. And we'll talk about that throughout this video. This was from this current raid weekend. Some of the other attacks were from a previous raid weekend, but it's all still relevant. It's all about two-shotting the Dragon's Cliffs. So now that we have that all set up, I'm going to come in with Inferno Dragons and Skeleton Barrels, along with a couple graveyards. So I'm going to go ahead and use these Skeleton Barrels to distract this dragon, and then we're going to go ahead and run in a couple of the Inferno Dragons. And notice I'm holding my graveyard spells here until a little bit we start working through the base a little bit because I want those skeletons spawning a little bit later in the attack if possible. So we're going to hold that second one as well so that we can have those graveyards spawning skeletons a little bit later. We don't want them, basically we don't want all those skeletons just spawning up when we're not going through there. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to work towards this dragon right here. We got plenty of Infernos on it, and then we're going to start the rest of our attack on this other side to get to this dragon here in the middle, which we'll be able to rage through and get in there. And notice we got all of those skeletons starting to spawn up, so that'll help in as we're coming through here. We're going to go ahead and drop this rage to get these barrels moving, but also get these Inferno Dragons over this cliff. These dragons take on this super dragon really nicely. The Inferno Dragons just burn that one up. The super dragon in the middle gets burned up, and then we have those rage skeletons coming through to help out with those air bombs. I did throw in a dragon over here, a couple dragons just to clear out some of those buildings, and then really we have everything left here in a good way. I'm going to bring those minions in to clean up. The minions were just there for cleanup, but they can also be used to help distract for the Inferno Dragons, and this is going to be a clean two-shot on the Dragon Cliffs. This was probably my best execution ever on this one, so I kind of moved it forward in the video. I wanted you guys to see a really well upgraded Dragon Cliffs, but a really nice executed two-shot, and that's what the clan capital is all about, is taking your time planning and getting through these bases with strategic plans. Now let's take a look at some other examples from guys like T-Rex, and then we'll also we'll finish with a live attack here at the end of the video. Two-shot from T-Rex. He's going to start off with a ram spam setup for this. So he's going to use the standard ram army with these super wizards and the 3 graveyard spells, and he's really just going to look to get to those dragons, and then he's going to set it up for his second attack here. So let's go ahead and let's just watch this. And like I said, we'll explore a few different options on how to do this. Some will be better than others, and some will be closer than others, but it kind of just depends on the base layout. I think the biggest thing is how are you going to deal with those dragons? No one wants to deal with 4 or 5 super dragons, let's be honest. So Rex just basically sends everything in and just creates some pathing for the second portion of his attack. And you don't have to do anything too crazy, but also like with the graveyard spam, he's getting those graveyards down. That's ultimately the goal. We want to get all those graveyards down so we have them for later. He even throws this graveyard back here, which is going to distract that last dragon over there. But look at this, really good value from this opener, and just allowing everything to kind of work through here and set up for the second attack, where he's going to bring in the brand new Inferno Dragon. So I guess not brand new now, but one of the newer troops to the clan capital, the Inferno Baby Dragons. They're going to do a lot of work. So once this one gets finished off right here, that dragon takes out that wizard. He's going to change up his army a little bit, bring in 2 more graveyards, a rage spell to help get through some of these dragons, and then the Inferno Dragons, along with a couple rocket loons and a ton of skeleton barrels. The skeleton barrels are going to bring out those skeletons, which will obviously tank out in front, and it does really well. The Inferno Dragons are going to do a great job getting through all of those super dragons on the base, and then when you have all those air skeletons spawning from the graveyards that you threw down, it's really going to be solid. Honestly, the rage here, like, he could have probably raged over here and got a little bit more value, but it works out really nicely for him. He ends up having a ton of Inferno Dragons left over on this one, and it's just a really strong hit. So this is one way to approach it. If those Inferno, or the Super Dragons rather, are kind of pushed towards the back, you can approach it this way, where you get to them with the Inferno Dragons on the second hit, set up with the first hit, and it's pretty strong. It works out really nice for Rex here, and I don't think you need to be intimidated by the Dragon Cliffs. I know it's like an annoying district to hit, but it's very two-shottable. As long as you kind of go at it with more of a surgical approach and you're just not spamming in there, I think you'll be fine. Even this like was kind of spammy on the second attack and still just crushes the base and gets through for the 2-hit. And I think one of the biggest things with Dragon Cliffs is you gotta look at what the base is giving you. On this one, again, like the Inferno or the Super Dragons are pushed towards the back. So for the first attack, like we really just want to kind of clear this out, and we can just use like a Barbarian through here. We can just use some archers through here. Honestly, we could probably use Rex's opener, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. That way we have a little bit of variety in the video. So we're going to use something like this right here. We're going to use these skeleton barrels over here to take out this, but also take out some of these defenses like working through here and just kind of work through this base. Let's see if we can get a live 2-shot here for the video. If not, that'll be very embarrassing, but it wouldn't be the first time I've messed up. Let's be honest, guys. So we'll throw that in there. We'll throw that in there, and then we're just going to start working through here. All right, perfect. Oops, not perfect. Zap Trap gets us. All right, good there. And then we'll go ahead and we'll wall breaker right through there, or ram in there, whatever you want to call it. We'll go ahead and we will throw in a Skelly Barrel here, and then another Skelly Barrel there. That should be pretty good. We'll throw in one more. We'll throw in one more. We might be overkilling it on the skeleton barrels there, but also it'll get skeletons out in front tanking for us, which can be nice. It'll be nice. We definitely want to bring in one barb here for the next attack, I think. I think that's going to be the move. So now we can just start working up through here and just getting everything opened up. So we can go ahead and we can throw in our first rage, and we can start actually attacking the dragons. That's what I like right now about what we're doing here, is we can actually get to the dragons here with our archers really early on, and that's why I went with this opener. Something just a little bit different from what we've seen, but also it should be pretty effective to get through this base and deal with some of these dragons early on. So let's go ahead and do just that, and then if we have that rage spell left over, we can kind of use that to set up for our next attack, because we're not going to probably use the graveyard since, you know, we didn't use them on this one. I don't think we really need to use them on the next one. So again, work that through there. We still do have that those skeleton barrels we can use a little bit later. I'm gonna go ahead and actually work in some archers over here. We should have brought in just one more cluster, like maybe 2 more barbarians here would have been good, but we got what we got. So let's just keep working through the space. We're gonna try to push to the back of the space. That blast bow hurts. That's okay. Blast bow hurts us just a little bit there. But I think if we can get to this next dragon, we're gonna be in a really good spot here. So that's what our goal is for the time being, is to get through there. All right, perfect. We can get through there. Let's go ahead and rage here and then see. Okay, well, I was trying to get to the dragon, but that happened. All right, nice. And just look how good we're set up here. Just again, taking our time, making sure we're being patient on everything. Now we're kind of stuck here on this base, to be honest with you. Let's see if we can wall break through here with some archers. I guess I can go over here. That makes sense. Yeah. Oh, wait, we can just walk through here. This is all open. We can just walk through and just get our archers working in there. Nice. And then we're set up really nice to finish this one off with the next one. Whether we go Inferno Dragons, we go Super Dragons, whatever we decide to do, we should be pretty fine on. We'll go ahead and we'll Lightning right there. And we're set up nice. I like it, guys. I like our setup here. We just got to finish it, and we got to deal with those 2 Inferno Towers. That's going to be the annoying thing, is those 2 Inferno Towers. We'll let this archer finish beating on this wall, because it might open things up for us. And then for our second attack, we're going to go in like this. And this is a little bit risky, because we are going to send our dragons into singles. But I think we should be fine here. Just stick with me on this one. So I'm going to start off. We're going to put in over here. Okay, and then we're going to put this guy right here just so we have him in. And then we're just going to ram and open up a little bit. Nice. Perfect. Exactly what we're hoping for. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop in this rage. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start putting in our dragons. Start putting in our skeleton barrels and just start working through here, okay? Nice, guys. This is what we're hoping for. And then we can just keep working through here and just keep the dragons all flowing through the middle of the base. Using those skeleton barrels to distract the singles, we should be really good through here. Yeah, this is going to be really strong, guys. We'll be fine on this one. We can rage really where needed, but I think it's really good. We're good through here. Let's go ahead and rage down here to get to these air targeting defenses a little bit quicker. Zap trap goes off there, and I think we should be able to deal with this dragon no problem. We can even run this in over here. And then let's see, we're getting to this dragon. Let's go ahead and zap just to reset the dragon. There we go. We crush it in 2 shots. Just a little bit of a different approach, showing that, you know, you don't have to spam graveyards. Another approach we could have done on this one that Logan was telling me is we could have zapped out those dragon posts and we could have pulled them down away and ran rocket loons at it. But I felt pretty confident this would get through, and it does fine. We got all 4 of our dragons still up, and we crushed that one for a 2 shot. So like I said, just a little bit of variety. So hopefully this video will help you and your clan get through Dragon Cliffs in 2 shots. If this one was helpful, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. You guys have a great raid weekend, and keep on clash bashing.